almost done with row 11. It's time to change our collar. We are just changing the leaf to minty. So what I did was I actually wrapped all the way down to the end of the row, and then I marked it with a pencil where the join was going to be. Now to do this, we're actually using what's called a Russian join. You thread the yarn on the needle. Just need a little bit of the tail sticking out. The yarn that you are joining, you put over top like this. And we are going to take and you kind of untwist it and put the needle through the yarn. And you just kind of run it through the different plies, which are how many strands you have, which this looks like 3 ply, 1, 2, yeah, 3 different strands there. Just run that through. And you just keep kind of twisting them around the needle. Now this technique, it does have a little bit of a learning curve, so I do suggest, if you've never used it before, to practice it before you do it on this project, just to make sure you have it down. Because if you do it and you think you got it done and you pull it tight and it unravels, don't be upset. That happens, and it's not the end of the world. You just redo it. But the farther down you put it, the better it's going to hold. So then what you do is you actually just pull the needle through, and you pull that tail, and you'll straighten it out, and you'll cut off the little tail that's sticking up. You're going to do the same thing to this other side, which I will go ahead and work that with you. Oops. Get this threaded, which if you put the yarn over top and you kind of hold it really tight and pull it off, sometimes you can thread it like that. You just kind of push it through and pull it up. I just need a little tail again. And then, well, this one will do a little more. I've got kind of a weak spot in the yarn there. So you kind of untwist it, and you catch those strands, and they will twist around the needle. I know lots of times with like a 4 ply or even more, you can kind of untwist it and just run the needle down through a large part of it, and you can do it a lot quicker. But just keep going. I'll say that's enough. And we'll pull it through. And see, there's a loop here, so we kind of pull it up and pull that strand tight. And then you pull it down. And now, I can't find my little snips, so we'll just use these. These scissors are horrible. Cut that string off there, and cut this one off here. And that join is seamless. You just finish out your row, and then we will go on from there. Now once this row is complete, what you're going to do is you're going to restart your chart up at row 1, because if you notice, row 11 and row 1 are the exact same. Same with 2 and 10, 3 and 9, 4 and 8, and 5 and 7. Those rows are all the exact same. So what you're going to do is you're going to wrap this row, but you're going to switch your collars. So the leaf collar you will wrap with the black, and in the black you will wrap with the minty collar. And you'll do that and then finish out that chart. Then once the chart is done, you will do a rush and join, but this time you'll be switching out the black. In the black, you will switch for the color girly, and you'll be running these two colors. And again, you'll switch them. So what was the minty will now be the girly collar, and what was the black will be the minty. Hope that made sense. So basically, when you get to that point, it'll be black and minty on here. The black you will wrap with the minty color, and the minty color you'll wrap with the pink. You'll finish the chart out again, and then the next time you'll switch out the minty for the tree color. You'll finish that out, and then you'll switch out the girly for the leaf color. Finish that out, and then you'll switch out the leaf color for the black, and you'll just keep doing this and keep following this chart, switching those colors out, following this pattern until you are almost out of yarn. Then I'll show you how to do your cast off.